Have you ever wondered why some relationships fail while others flourish? This fascinating conundrum has left many of us deep in thought, musing over its aspects. The answer, esteemed listeners, often resides in our capacity to identify the numerous red that inevitably make their presence known. The concept of red flags, those subtle indicators that discreetly nudge us, whispering with an indistinct voice, "They're amiss here." These signs, my friends, hold an unparalleled significance in shaping the trajectory of our relationships. They are the unseen alarm bells that ring in our subconscious, often ignored yet incredibly vital. The discernment of these warning signals is critical to the health and longevity of our relationships. Red flags are like the metaphorical canaries in the coal mine, their existence crucial to the miner's safety. These canaries serve as silent watchers, their very existence a warning about the imminent danger lurking in the shadows. Similarly, red flags in relationships warn us of potential issues and complications that may lie ahead. Navigating the intricate labyrinth of human relationships is an art that requires patience, delicacy, and an acute intuitive sense. Understanding these signals, the red flags, is like possessing a compass that can guide us through stormy seas of human interactions. They serve as our guiding light in the dense fog of emotions and misunderstandings, helping us steer clear of the obstacles that could damage our relationships. But this begs the question, why do some people choose to ignore these red flags, these crucial warning signs? The answer is simple: fear. Fear of confrontation, fear of hurting the other person, fear of being alone, or even fear of acknowledging that something is wrong. But in doing so, they only delay the inevitable. It's crucial to remember that recognizing and addressing these red flags is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of strength and courage. Especially when it to relationships with women, there are certain red flags that, if ignored, will inevitably lead to disappointment, sorrow, and regret. These red flags vary from person to person, from relationship to relationship, but their essence remains unchanged. They are warning signs that the relationship may not be as healthy or as fulfilling as it should be, as it could be. Today, our focus will be on identifying and understanding these flags specific to women. This discussion will be structured like a list, a comprehensive guide that will help you navigate the vast expanse of the dating and relationship world. We will explore these red flags one by one, delving deep into their implications and potential consequences. Our goal is to help you recognize these signs early on, before snowball into something bigger, something more challenging to resolve. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's pull back the curtain on these intricate dynamics of relationships, on these warning signs that we so often choose to ignore. Let's unravel the mystery, let's decode the enigma. So without further ado, let's dive into the specifics and uncover these red flags in women that you should never ignore. First off the bat, an overly possessive partner. Now, there's a difference between someone who cares for you and someone who's excessively possessive. Possessiveness can manifest in ways that you may not initially recognize, such as excessive texting, demanding to know where you are at all times, or even attempting to isolate you from friends and family. This behavior isn't just unhealthy, it's potentially harmful. It can lead to a toxic environment that stifles your individuality and personal growth. It's important to remember that in a healthy relationship, there is room for trust, independence, and respect for personal space. An overly possessive partner, however, often confuses love with control. They may believe that their actions are a form of deep affection, but this is far from the truth. In reality, true love fosters freedom and trust, not constant surveillance and suspicion. Possessiveness isn't love, it's control, and that's a red flag. So be vigilant and know the difference. Moving on to the second red flag: lack of respect for boundaries. Boundaries are crucial in any relationship. They are the invisible lines that define where you end and where your partner begins. They help maintain individuality, personal integrity, and foster mutual respect. Now imagine a scenario where these boundaries are consistently violated, where your partner invades your personal space, disregards your feelings, or persistently pushes you out of your comfort zone. It's not just about being uncomfortable, it's about the erosion of respect. When a woman doesn't respect your boundaries, it's a clear indication that she doesn't value your individuality or your feelings. This can lead to a toxic environment where you feel suppressed, unheard, and disrespected. It's essential to recognize this red flag, as it's often a precursor to more severe issues like manipulation or control. Ignoring boundaries is a sign of disrespect, and that's another red flag. Next on our list, the perpetual victim. This is a woman who always seems to be at the receiving end of life's injustices. She's never at fault, it's always someone else or the world is against her. It's like she's perpetually stuck in a Shakespearean tragedy, where she's always the distressed damsel. But here's the thing, life is not a stage play and she's not Juliet. This behavior is often a manipulative tactic used to gain sympathy and control. It's a way to deflect blame and keep you in constant guilt. You'll find yourself always apologizing, always trying to fix things, while she remains the innocent sufferer. This can be incredibly destructive in a relationship. It breeds resentment, creates a power imbalance, and prevents healthy communication. It's important to understand that everyone faces difficulties, but constantly playing the victim is a refusal to take responsibility for one's actions. Playing the victim is a way to avoid taking responsibility, and that's a red flag. The fourth red flag is secrecy about her past. Now, we all have chapters in our lives we're not particularly proud of, or perhaps moments that are simply too painful to revisit. However, when it comes to relationships, honesty and openness are paramount. If she's constantly evading questions about her past or swiftly changing the subject, it might be a sign of something more concerning. It's not about digging up dirt or invading privacy, but about understanding each other's journey, learning from past mistakes, and growing together as a couple. If she's unwilling to share elements of her past, it could indicate unresolved issues or even a tendency to hide things. Remember, a relationship thrives on trust and communication. If these elements are missing, it could lead to misunderstandings, assumptions, and ultimately mistrust. Secrecy can breed mistrust, and that's another red flag. And finally, the fifth red flag, constant negativity. It's like a heavy cloud that never lifts. If she's always focusing on the downside, the problems, the faults, it can be a warning sign. Negativity can leach the happiness out of every moment, turning even the best of times into something less than pleasant. Consider this. In a relationship, you're not just sharing your time, you're sharing your emotional space. If that space is constantly filled with negativity, it can start to feel suffocating. It can leave you feeling down, drained, and perpetually on edge. A partner who is always negative may have unresolved issues or a pessimistic outlook that needs addressing. This isn't about expecting someone to be perpetually cheerful. That's unrealistic and unfair. But constant negativity, that's a problem. Remember, in a healthy relationship, partners lift each other up, not drag each other down. Negativity can drain the joy out of a relationship, and that's a red flag. To wrap things up, let's summarize. We've explored 5 significant red flags in women that should never be ignored. First, we discussed the overly possessive woman, the one that suffocates you with her need to control every aspect of your life. Next, we highlighted the importance of respecting boundaries and the issues that arise when a woman disregards them. Then, we delved into the problematic trait of always playing the victim. This behavior can be emotionally draining and often indicates a lack of accountability. Fourthly, we discussed the secretive woman, the one who keeps her past under wraps, which can be a sign of unresolved issues or hidden truths. Lastly, we spotlighted the perpetual negativity. A constant negative attitude can be harmful, sucking the joy out of your relationship and life. Each of these red flags is a potential sign of deeper issues that may affect the health and happiness of your relationship. Remember,